Hey guys, if you're trying to launch up an application or program on your Windows computer, but keep getting them error message this app can't run on your PC, then keep watching as in this video I'll show you some quick and easy solutions. So before we start, it's worth mentioning that the most common reason for this issue is that you've installed an incompatible version of the file that you're trying to open. So for example, if you've just downloaded a new piece of software, just ensure that you've downloaded the correct version for your operating system. And if you're not sure on your computer specifications, then we could just head over to our start menu and type in system information and then head over to the system information tab. Now over here inside of system type, you can see that I'm running a 64-bit version of Windows, and that means when I download a new piece of software to my computer, I need to ensure that it's the 64-bit version of the program. So just make sure you're not trying to run a 32-bit version of an application on a 64-bit computer, and vice versa. So once you've ensured that we're actually running the correct version for our system, we can head out of this window and we're going to come over to our start menu and search for CMD. Then just right click on the command prompt and run this as administrator. Inside of here, we're just going to type in sfc/scan now and hit enter. And then you'll need to give this a few minutes to complete as this scan takes place. And this is going to scan all of our core system files just to ensure that everything's working correctly. So once this scan gets to 100%, then we can close out of this window. And the next thing you'll need to do is head over to the file or application that you're trying to launch. So for illustration purposes, let's just say it's the Creative Cloud app that's causing this issue. What you need to do is right click on the application, come over to Properties, and then head inside of the Compatibility tab. Now the first thing we need to do is run this Compatibility Troubleshooter at the top here by clicking this button, and this is a built-in tool that would just scan the application to try and find any known issues. But if that doesn't work for you, then what we can do is come over to this compatibility mode down here, and we just need to check the button for run this program in compatibility mode. And then we're going to select the operating system that we want to try and run this program in. So I'd recommend just starting with Windows 8. And if that doesn't work, you could always try lowering it to Windows 7 to see if that fixes the issue. But Windows 8 should be fine for most of us. And then we can press apply and OK to save these changes, and you can double click and see if that fixes the issue. So if that still doesn't work, the next solution is to head over to your start menu, search for settings, and then come over to the settings tab. From the left hand side, select system. And we need to come down to this tab where it says for developers and click this. And then we're going to turn developer mode on over here just by toggling this to on. And you may get this message pop up and we can just press yes to confirm. And also while we're in the settings window, it's a good idea to come down on the left to Windows Update and just press this check for updates button here to ensure that we are running the latest version of Windows, as outdated software can be another reason for compatibility issues with our applications. So once you've installed any pending updates inside of here, we can then close out of this window. And the next thing you'll need to do is head over to the start menu, search for change user account, and then click this change user account control settings over here. And we want to make sure this slider here is turned down right to the bottom, and then press OK to save these changes. Then the very last thing we're going to do is head over to the start menu once more, search for Windows Security, and then head over to the Windows Security tab. Inside of this panel, we need to come down to App and Browser Control and select this, come down to Reputation-Based Protection, and you'll have this option down here for Reputation-Based Protection settings, which we need to click. And then we're just going to turn off this option here at the top where it says Check Apps and Files. So make sure this is switched to off. And then once we've done that, we can try relaunching the application or file that you're trying to open. And that should have now fixed the issue. If you still are experiencing a problem, then please drop a comment below and I'll try my best to assist you. If this video did help you, then please drop a like and subscribe. Until next time.